kids. Thank you for being with me during this year's Youth Day. I'm Elizabeth Joyner, and I work on a project called My NASA Data. This project is managed here at NASA Langley Research Center. It offers teachers and students opportunities to access and visualize NASA Earth data. I would love to share with you some of the resources to help you launch right into data analysis using NASA data. Today, we will investigate seasonal changes to Earth's biosphere by taking a dive into vegetation data using a few of the resources made available through My NASA Data. We will begin our exploration by analyzing a map of these data using a data literacy cube activity to guide our observations. Next, we will create an animation of these data. Then you will hear from NASA scientist Jessica Taylor about related science missions here at NASA Langley Research Center. Sadly, summer is wrapping up and you will soon be hitting the books again. But you're not the only thing that is experiencing change. In fact, the Earth's biosphere continues to change over space and time. This NASA visualization shows 20 years of continuous observations of plant life on land and at the ocean's surface. Visualizations like this one offer a ton of data, but sometimes they're not that easy to understand and analyze. My NASA Data has resources that you can use to make this important science practice of data analysis and interpretation fun. On your screen is a map visualization of NASA's satellite data collected from MODIS, or Moderate Resolution Imaging Spectroradiometer. These instruments are found aboard NASA's Terra and Aqua satellites. Data like these are key to helping us improve our understanding of the Earth system. We all know that plants are sensitive to their environment. They serve as good indicators whenever there's a change. Just ask my kids who've helped me maintain a garden since the spring. We've had a lot of fun experimenting with just the right amount of water and sunlight. This map shows a measure of the greenness of Earth's land. The measure is called Monthly Normalized Difference Vegetation, or NDVI. By carefully measuring the wavelengths and intensity of visible and near-infrared light reflected by land's surface back up into space, scientists use an algorithm called Vegetation Index to measure the amounts of green leaf vegetation around the Earth. Scientists frequently make maps like these to help them observe and investigate shifts in plant growth due to climate changes, environmental changes, and even those caused by humans. Let's take a look closely at the values of this map, created using data from October 2017. Notice the values ranging from -0.5 to 1. They have no units. Values from 0.4 to 1 represent lands covered by green leafy vegetation where we're likely to find moderately healthy to very healthy plants. Values from -0.5 to +0.4 show lands where there's little or no vegetation. This is likely where dead or unhealthy plants exist. Now that we are familiar with these data, let's jump right into data analysis. Come and explore with me using My NASA Data's resources. At this time, all you need is a gaming die or a number cube. We'll also use the map question sheet labeled C provided on the screen here. These and other data question sheets can be found on our website, and the link will be shared in the chat. I will show you how to use these questions with NASA data like NDVI to begin our investigation. I will roll the die and identify the number on the top face. I will find the question number on the sheet that matches the same number, and I'll answer that question. Once the question is answered, I'll roll again, and we can repeat the process. Sounds kind of fun, right? Let's begin. All right. So the top face shows number 4. So let's find number 4. Analyze the map. What patterns are there for the high values? So I'm going to take a look at the map shown, and I'm looking for patterns. High values. High values are this green color. Where do we find most of the green color? Certainly mostly in the southern hemisphere. All right, now let's look at the next one. What patterns are there for the low values? Well, first let's check out the colors of the low values. So let's see here. We're looking for -0.5 to 0.4. So we're really looking in this range. Where do we find most of that? Northern Africa, Asia. All right. How do the values change by area? It certainly seems that the northern hemisphere has more of the data values on the lower side, whereas the southern hemisphere has more of the green leafy vegetation. Yeah. With more time, we could repeat this process and go even further in our data analysis. Next, I want to show you one of my favorite resources on MyNASA data called the Earth System Data Explorer. It allows us to make our own customized animations of Earth data of our choice. These videos provide a bird's eye view, or a satellite view rather, of how these data change over space and time. Why are they useful, you may ask? The answer is simple. They enable us to more quickly recognize patterns, as well as find opportunities to ask questions for future research. Let's get started. I'll show you how to locate vegetation data like the ones we've analyzed before and create an animation that allows you to see how these data change over time. Click on the link in the chat to access MyNASA Data's data visualization tool called the Earth System Data Explorer, or visit our website and select the Visualize Data link. Don't worry if you don't fully catch all of the details the first time. We have YouTube videos and instruction guides on our website that we'll also share in the chat. Upon entering the Earth System Data Explorer, we're first going to go to Data Set here at the top left. Click on it, and you will see the different spheres of the Earth system. We're going to investigate the biosphere, so click on the biosphere, and then go to All Data. Next, find vegetation. Click on it and you'll be given two choices. One is chlorophyll and the other is plant growth patterns. Click on the plant growth patterns. Next, find the monthly normalized difference vegetation index. The next thing I want you to do is to click this little check mark here, which will update the plot every time we make a change. Next, what I would like for us to do is we're going to animate these data. Find the Animate button and click on it. Go all the way down to OK. Now, the Earth System Data Explorer animation window should pop up. It prompts us to select our time range. We're going to animate just 1 year. So I'm going to change it from 2001 to 2018. January sounds like a good place to start. Next, 2019, that's good. Let's change that back to January as well. The next thing I want to do is to plot every one frame. So type in the number 1 and click Submit. So sit back, be patient while the animation loads. You can see at the top left the different monthly data sets that are loading. Though plants do not move like animals, they still show interesting and complex changes. What would make vegetation change over the land surface like what we observe in the animation? Vegetation at any given location changes over time for a variety of reasons. Changes may be seasonal in nature due to the fluctuation of incoming solar radiation, or episodic natural and/or human-made disturbances like fire, volcanic eruptions, flood, agricultural practices, and more, or shifts in plant communities or portions of them over long periods of time due to changes in climate, landscape, or ecosystem. No matter the factor, these data are important to recognizing and interpreting change in the Earth system. The Earth System Data Explorer also features additional tools to help you analyze data.
It is a graphing resource to create line graphs, as well as the opportunity to download the data into your own spreadsheet for further tabulation and statistical analysis. The Earth System Data Explorer also offers a range of monthly and daily data sets for all of the spheres of the Earth system. These include the atmosphere, biosphere, cryosphere, geosphere, and the hydrosphere. Whenever possible, consider using digital tools like the Earth System Data Explorer to analyze and interpret Earth science data, just like our scientists do, as it is important to present data as evidence to support your claims. This is a great tool that helps us identify the significant features and patterns in the data that are not always obvious.
Thank you, Elizabeth, for showing us how to use the Animate Data feature in My NASA Data. My name is Jessica Taylor, and I'm a physical scientist at NASA Langley. Scientists use animations to help us understand changes over time. This could be changes between seasons, or even changes over many years. What did you notice about the NDVI image over the course of 1 year? Let's take a look at another visualization. This is monthly flow of energy into the Earth's surface by shortwave radiation. In other words, sun's energy. The darker colors on the map show less solar radiation than the lighter colors. Do you notice any patterns in this animation? I notice that there seem to be changes with the seasons, and the seasons are part of the climate in a region. Here at NASA Langley, one of the things we study is climate. The first series instrument began collecting measurements in 1997, and since then, there has been at least one series instrument in orbit, making it a key part of NASA's observing system. Ceres is really important. It provides the most fundamental measurements of the Earth's climate system and is the only project worldwide that does this. Since climate is long-term weather, we need a long-term data set, a multi-decadal record of energy budget to monitor how and why the climate is changing. The project Ceres uses measurements from the Ceres instruments flying on board the different satellites, along with data from other instruments to produce a comprehensive set of Earth's radiation budget data products for climate, weather, and applied science research. All of these data from Ceres are available on My NASA Data. Can you think of anything else that might affect the amount of solar radiation reaching the Earth's surface? I'll give you a hint. This diagram might show you some. What about clouds? I hope you explore answers to this and other questions as young scientists. Thank you.